In this video, we're going to talk about some protection features that are very common in power supplies. The next protection feature is overvoltage. Now, an overvoltage feature on a power supply is actually designed to protect not only the power supply, but possibly the load that you're powering. And some of these overvoltage conditions can occur in case the power supply, for example, loses control of its regulation and the output will be raised to a much higher level. And if that were to happen, the output capacitors of the power supply would actually fail and cause a catastrophic condition. And not to mention, the load might actually also fail and cause a condition where it's irreparable. So overvoltage protection will monitor the output and ensure that if the output reaches a specific level, usually it's dictated in the datasheet of what that level is, the power supply will shut down. In many cases, in many power supplies, the most common shutdown method would be a latching shutdown. And what this means is that in order to reset the power supply, you'll have to disconnect the AC input, let the power supply rest for a couple of minutes to discharge the input, and then reconnect the power supply to make sure that your overvoltage condition has gone away. Another reason for overvoltage protection, as I mentioned, when you lose control of regulation, could be that your output sense lines have been disconnected from the load or disconnected from its designated connection points. And some power supplies actually will look at the sense lines, and when there's no voltage present on those sense lines, will drive the output to its maximum overvoltage shutdown, and the power supply will shut down. It's important that we bring these conditions up because in some cases, these features can actually look like a power supply failure. So unless you know exactly why that failure has occurred in that instant, we may be able to correct the problem by solving the application portion of the circuit without having you to disconnect the power supply and return it, and we would find no problem found.